Hello, Quilty Peeps. I'm Shelley, and I'm the Activities Director for the Dallas Modern Quilt Guild. And in this video, I am going to be demonstrating our October Block Lottery block. Now, just like last month where we did some improv curve piecing, we're going to continue in that vein this month, an improv leaf block. What do you need? 3 fabrics that are solid or Rita solid. One of those fabrics needs to be blue. It can be in the blue family. It can be dark blue, light blue, turquoise blue, a blue with a little purpley edge to it. But as long as it's in the blue family, you're good. The second fabric, you want a leaf fabric you'd see in the fall. So what would that be? Dark green, light green, yellow, orange, red, burgundy. If you've seen it in nature in the fall on a leaf, that's your color. Our stem. Now the stem I'm going to leave up to you. So get in your stash, find a stem color that looks good with your 2 fabrics you chose, and let's make some improv leaf blocks. These go very quickly. You know, I'm a fan of that. The unit size is 2. If you bring in 4 blocks, which is 2 units, you get your name in the block lottery twice. And as always, I can't wait to see what y'all bring in to the meeting. So happy improv leaf block making. Okay, this is what we're going to need for this block. We need a blue. I don't care what color blue it is, just pick a blue. It can even be blue-ish, as long as it has some blue in it. So you're going to want 2 rectangles cut at 9.5 by 5.5. Then you're going to want your leaf color. It can be any color leaf you've ever seen a leaf be. Also, 2 rectangles cut 9.5 by 5.5. Then you're going to want your stem. This stem needs to be cut 9.5 by 1.5. And actually, this 1.5 is an ish. If you want to go down to 1 or up to 2, you can, depending on what you want your leaf to look like. Because these are going to be improv blocks, it's fine if they're not all cut at 1.5 in the width. Okay, let's talk about cut. Let's get to cutting. So you're going to line these up on top of each other. They're going to shift on you a little bit. If you want to stick a pin in one, you feel free. It'll help with that. It is going to shift just a little bit. It's not a big deal. I just want to let's just see if this will help with the shift. Okay. Improv. So give yourself a little room here, at least 1/4 of an inch. I'd say a little more than 1/4 of an inch. And we're just going to cut a leaf shape. I'm going to have a nice sharp blade, brand new blade in here, which I'm telling you, ooh, makes a huge difference. Yeah, that pen helped. I'm going to do the same over here. Okay. So we're going to separate these out, and then when it's all sewn back together, we're going to end up with 2 blocks that are a mirror image of each other, and that's our unit. Okay, it's time to go sew. This is what I want to mention. Just like we did last month, you're going to want to sew with this outward curve on the top when you sew these. Start this like, come down here anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch down. Eyeball it, we're not so concerned about this. And that's where you're going to start. You're just going to sew this curve all the way around. So let me go sew those and I'll come back. Okay, this one is sewn. Let me go sew. Ooh. Well, I'll trim those threads when I trim this block up. So this one is sewn. All right, now I'm going to go sew this block. And again, yes. Oops, no, I'm going to start with this about a 1/2 inch down, and we're just going to sew that curve with this outside curve on the top. And if you are just watching this, I did another video last month on our improv curves. It's the exact same process on sewing them. That way you can see it. I'm not going to show my exact process at the machine this time. I'm just going to show you what it looks like after I've sewn it. But I'll be back. Okay, those two are done. Let me sew these. And I'll come back and we'll add the stems, and then our blocks are done for the block lottery. So super easy, super fun. Let's go. Okay, this one's done now. I just have one more, and we are ready to trim these up and add the stem. So I'm going to start about right there. Let's get this sewn. I will also want to mention how I press these, which I did press to the background. The block seems to want to press that way. If yours I would suggest pressing them to the background because it just seems to want to press that way. All right, so I've got these 4 shapes sewn. I'm going to trim this up, then we're going to add our stems. And when I say trim these up, this is what I'm going to do. It's not even, I'm just going to do this. Put my ruler down. No, I'm not. All I want to do is trim this up on this line. Oops. Yeah. Okay, they're trimmed. Let's add the stem. And these blocks are done. So I'm just going to come over here, add this, sew a seam, and then I'm going to sew this side to the other side. So I'll be back. Okay, so when I went to sew this, or I shouldn't say, after I sewed this on, I did press towards the stem. And the leaf shape I pressed, this curve shape I pressed towards the background fabric. Just going to line this up. Not really worried about it. These are Improv blocks. So now let's go press this. Excuse me. These are Improv blocks, so I want to go. I'm not going to worry too much about things lining up. Let's go sew this and press it, and then we'll sew this, and we'll come back and look at our blocks. Okay. Here we have this one done. Now I'll go sew this one. I'm going to press towards the stem, and our blocks are done. Well, we are going to do a little bit of squaring up, not a ton. Well, I'll be back. Okay, these are sewn. Whoever wins this block, or whoever wins these blocks, may want to trim these down to every block being the same size, or they may want to do some kind of improv quilt where the blocks are different sizes. So what we're going to do, simply to trim these up, is just come over here. This is it. The rest of it, we're not going to worry about. That's for whoever wins these and is the maker. They can decide what they want to do with these. Oops, yeah. That's close enough. Okay. All right. Here are our block lottery blocks for the month of October. Pretty cute, aren't they? I cannot wait to see what everybody brings in this month. I also want to say, if you are in the Dallas area, we meet the fourth Thursday of the month. We are a very fun group. We would love to have you at our meetings. We are all about community. We're all about geeking out on quilts and having a good time together. All right, I can't wait to see y'all Thursday and see the blocks you bring in. Happy sewing.